Hello students, good morning to everyone. Welcome back to our online session. Today we are at the end of our fourth unit, that is relational database model. Let's start the last point of this unit, that is working with relational database model system. Now first one definition is DDL. You all heard about DDL, that is data definition language commands. Now DDL commands deals with database schema and description of how the data should be reside in the database. Are you getting the definition of DDL, that is data definition language is nothing but it deals with database schema and description of how data should be reside in the database. There are various commands like create table, alter table, drop table, truncate table, rename table, describe table, and so on. Now we will go for create table. First one, the create table, what is the name suggests create table? The create table statement is used to create a new table in a database. If you want to create a new table in the database, then you have to use create table command. For that, syntax is given here. See the syntax, create table, then you have to write table name in bracket. What are the different columns separated by the commas? That is column 1. What is the data type of that column first, then to separate the to take the another column, separate this by using comma, then column 2, what is the data type of column 2, then column 3, what is the data type of column 3. Likewise you write here how many columns you have, then primary key here in bracket one or more columns. What is that primary key which is used for one or more columns? That is this is the syntax of the create table. Here you can see the example how the table employee is created. SQL, you can here use angular bracket SQL create table. What is the table name? Employee. Then in bracket write here different columns. What are the different columns of table employee? Like ID, name, age, address, salary, likewise. Now you have to write the data type of that particular column. ID is in number, then name is in varchar, age is in also number, address having varchar data type, salary is having data type decimal. Then here you have to put constraint, that is ID should not be null, that is not null, name is compulsory, that's why you write here not null. Then age is also necessary, that's why here you put not null. Then address varchar having 25 characters, salary 18,2. Then primary key is primary key of this table is ID. Here you have seen how the table should be created in the database. Now in the table format you have to describe the table, that's why SQL describe employee. In table format, first you write the different columns, that is field is ID, name, age, address, salary. Types, that is data types number, varchar, decimal. Then which values should not be null, that is ID should be always be there, that's why no null. Name no null, age is also required, address having null value, salary having null value. Then what is the primary key of this table, this relation? That is primary key of this relation is ID, and default you can put address and salary null. Here is the overall description of employee table in a table format. Now take another one example, create table instructor. Now SQL create table, table name is instructor. Then you have to put here different columns, column names, ID, name, department name, salary, and what is the primary key of this table. Then here ID having number, then name having varchar data type, department having varchar data type, salary decimal, salary is in decimal. Then ID and name should not be null, and after that again we have to put these values in a table format. There is field type null, key, default. Here we describe the table instructor, ID, name, department name, salary. Then type, data types are number, varchar and decimal. Null, ID should not be null, name should not be null, but department name, salary having null values. Then key, primary key of this table is also ID, and default null values are department name and salary. Likewise, you can create various tables in the database, and you describe that table in the table format. Now second one command is of alter table. What is the meaning of alter table? The alter table statement is used to add, delete or modify columns in an existing table. The alter table is also used to add and drop various constraints on an existing table. To add a column in a table, use the following syntax. That is SQL, after that alter table, which table, that is table name, add column name, data type. Which column you have to add, that is merged with the command alter table name, alter table, the right table name, and add which column, that is column name having which data type. That is example is given here. SQL alter table, table name is employee, add one of the column, that is date of birth, and the data type is date. Now put this in the table format. For that, use the last one example. In employee table, what are the fields? ID, name, age, address, salary. Now here by using the alter command, we have added here date of birth column. Are you getting how to alter the table? To alter the table, we use the following syntax, that is SQL alter table, table name, then add column, column name and data type of that column. What is alter? It is used to add, delete or modify columns in an existing table. Now how to delete the column? Again same syntax is used, but instead of add column name, we here write here drop column name. Like to delete a column in a table, the following syntax is used, that is SQL alter table, table name, drop column name. That is example is given here. If you want to delete the date of birth column, then how to delete that? SQL alter table, table name is employee, then drop column which date of birth. Here no need to write data type of that column, because it directly deletes that column if you write the column name. Now next one is that is drop table. Drop table statement is used to drop an existing table in a database. For example, syntax is given here. SQL drop table, table name. Example, SQL drop table student. If you want to drop the existing table, then we have to use drop table command. Here do one task, that is in the notebook, take the last one example and write the query for that drop table. Now Truncate table, next one command. The truncate table statement is used to delete the data inside a table but not the table itself. Here drop table and truncate table are correlated to each other. Like drop table means you have to drop the whole table, and in truncate table it is used to delete only the data inside the table but not the whole table itself, is known as a truncate table command. Now syntax is given here: SQL truncate table table name. Likewise, example SQL truncate table student. If you write this command, then what is happening? If truncate table student you write, then the various contents of the table, that is in student there are IDs, phone numbers, student name, then last name, then marks, percentage. These overall columns having some data inside the table, that data will be deleted by using the truncate table command. Now next one is rename table. What is rename table? To change the name of the table, we use rename table. The name itself suggests that what is rename. For renaming the table, we use rename table command. Now syntax is given here, again same SQL rename. What is the old name of that table? Then to rename to what? New table name. This is the syntax. Now example is that SQL rename employee to my employee. This one is example. Another one example is SQL rename participant to student, is another one example of rename table. Now last one is describe table. Means what? Overall you have to describe the table. For that the syntax is DSC, that is describe table name. Example describe student. Means here in the table what are the different contents are described by that describe table command. This is all about the DDL, data definition languages, and now we are going for DML, data manipulation language commands. Now manipulation itself suggests that DML commands deals with the data manipulation and used to store, retrieve, modify, delete or update data in a database. What are the functions of DML? That is store, retrieve, modify, delete and updates. These are the various functions performed by the DML, that is data definition, manipulation language. In that also there are various commands. First one is insert table. Now the name itself suggests that what is insert table. The insert into statement is used to insert new records in a table. What is the syntax of that? SQL insert into table name and values. Which values you have to insert? That is column 1, column 2, column 3, likewise. Then another one example is syntax is SQL insert table name column 1, 2, 3 to column n, values value 1, 2, 3, value n, then you have to put semicolon at the end. Now example is that SQL insert into which table? Employee, values are 101, John 32, Pune 50,000. Or you can write SQL insert into employee. What are the columns? ID, name, age, address, salary, and what are the values assigned up for that particular columns? That is value having 101, ID having value 101, name having value John, age having value 32, address having value Pune, and salary having value 50,000. It is in decimal. Now insert multiple columns in each table. If you want to insert multiple columns in each table, then how to write? What is the syntax? SQL insert into employee values, ampersand is used. Ampersand ID, ampersand name, ampersand age, ampersand address, ampersand salary. Now example is given here. SQL insert into employee. Again similar table is used to add the multiple values in each table. Now ID, name, age, address, salary, these are the columns of that particular employee table. Values for that is ID 1 for first one column, name is Ramesh, then age is 32, address is Ahmedabad, and salary is 2000. Likewise you have to put the different values for the different columns for the same columns. Then all the above statements would produce the following records in the employee table as shown below. Like the previous example is collected into a single table. This is one example. IDs 1 to 5, names Ramesh, Rajesh, Sachin, Reena, Hadik, and ages of that particular person, addresses of that, and salary, how much they have. Then second one, DML command is update table. The update statement is used to modify the existing records in a table. For example, we have to modify the age as per the year. Syntax is SQL update table name, set column 1 is equals to value, column 2 is equals to value, where condition. What is the condition? For example, SQL update employee table, that is update employee, set address Mumbai. Means what? Here see the first table. In the first table Ramesh is having, that is ID 1 is of Ramesh having address Ahmedabad. But if you want to update the address, then how to update? Update employee, table name is employee, update employee, set. What to set here? Address is equals to Mumbai, and condition is what? If where whose ID is 1, change the address of that particular, update the address of that particular person. Here see the following table. In that the ID is 1, Ramesh is having ID 1, but the address get updated from Ahmedabad to Mumbai. Updated table will look like above, where ID 1 address is changed from Ahmedabad to Mumbai. Likewise you can update the table. Now next one is delete table. In delete table, to delete statement is used. The delete statement is used to delete existing records in table. Like syntax is SQL delete from table name where condition. Means you can write here example SQL delete from employee where ID is 2. Means second number ID gets deleted. The the records for the ID 2 gets deleted by using the delete table command. Here see the following table 1, 2. Updated table will look like that is ID 2 will get deleted. Why? Because in the example we are written the command SQL delete from employee where ID is equals to 2. Now next one is select table. The select table statement is used to select data from a database. If you want to select a particular data from the database, then you have to write select a table command, that is DML command for the database. Now what is the syntax of select table? SQL select which columns from which table, that is SQL select column 1 2 from table name. Or you can write, if you want to fetch all the fields available in the table, then you can use the following syntax select from table name. Means you have to select all the data from that particular table. Example is SQL select from table name is employee. What this query does, selects all the columns from the employee table. Consider an employee table having the following records. Then SQL select ID, name, salary from employee. Then this will look like IDs column is there, names column is there, and salaries column is there. What you have written in the selector command, that will be displayed in the table. In this way, in today's session, you learned about DDL, that is data definition language, and DML, that is data manipulation language commands, and the various commands in that DDL and DML. Today we have completed our fourth unit, that is relational database model, and I hope you all have achieved our fourth CO, that is apply constraints for data integrity in relational database. Now I want to remind you that what are the unit outcomes of this unit. If you all get the concepts of the fourth unit, then you successfully able to do the unit outcomes of this particular unit. That is, first unit outcome is apply relevant key in a database to comply the given constraints. Then you all are able to describe with sketches the schema diagram of the given database. You all are able to apply the given constraints on the specified identified database application. The last unit outcome of this unit is you all are able to write procedure to manipulate the given table by adding, modifying, or deleting records. In this way, if you get all the concepts, then you are able to do these unit outcomes. I hope you all are able to do this. Now it's time to revise all the points of this unit shortly. What is first point is schema, database schema and subschema. What is schema? Schema is nothing but the structure of the database which is specified at the time of database design, or you can say the overall logical design of the database is called as a database schema. After that, types of schemas are physical database schema, logical database schema, and view or subschema. Now, physical is nothing but the design of database is at physical level, the design of database is at logical level. You can call it as a logical database, and the design of the database at view level is called as a view schema. In physical database schema, it defines how the data will be stored in secondary storage. In logical, what data are stored in the database and what relationship exists among those data. And in view schema, this generally describes end user interaction with the database schema. Now it's time to define the subschema. It is a subset of the schema and inherits the same property that a schema has. Now definition of instance is there. It is a snapshot of the data in the database at given instant of time is known as a instance. Then next point is relational database model. Relational database is nothing but it consists of a collection of tables, each of which is assigned a unique name. Then relational database schemas are nothing but database schema is in a table, column, and relationship that make up a relational database. After that, creating schemas having two types, logical schema and physical schema. Then we have studied about various examples, and the next point is entity integrity and referential integrity. For that you have to know what is data integrity. It is nothing but maintenance and the assurance of the accuracy and consistency of data is known as data integrity. Next one is there are three basic rules to ensure data integrity, that is entity integrity, referential integrity, and domain integrity. Now entity integrity ensures that there are no duplicate records within the table and that the field that identifies each record within the table is unique and never null. Then referential integrity is nothing but a value that appears in one relation for a given set of attributes also appears in a certain set of attributes in another relation. This is known as a referential integrity. And then foreign key. Foreign keys are the columns of the table that points to the primary key of another table. They act as a cross reference between the tables. After that, we studied about relational constraints. Constraints are nothing but conditions that must hold on the valid relation states. Types of integrity constraints are domain integrity, entity integrity, and referential integrity. Now, domain integrity having not, null, and check integrity. Entity integrity having primary key constraint and unique constraint, and referential integrity having foreign key. Now, not null constraint is nothing but by default all the columns in the tables allows null values. When a not null constraint is enforced on column or set of columns, it will not allow null values. After that, check constraint, it is defines a condition that each row must satisfy. A single column can have multiple check conditions. Then entity integrity having two types, primary key and unique constraint. Primary key is nothing but it is used to avoid redundant or duplicate value entry within the row of specified column in table, and unique constraint uniquely identifies each record in database table. However, you can have many unique constraints as per table, but only one primary key constraint per table. And last one is referential integrity constraint having type foreign key. As I told you, it is used to establish parent-child relationship between two tables. A value of foreign key is derived from the primary key. Next one point, last second point is 12 rules for RDBMS. CORDS rules. The relational database model was developed and designed by CORD, EF CORD, that is Edgar F. CORD, having various rules. These rules can be applied on any database system that manages stored data using only its relational capabilities. This is a foundation rule for all the other rules. There are total 12 rules. First one, information rule. Second one, guaranteed access rule. Third one, systematic treatment of null value. Then active online catalog based on the relational model. Fifth rule is comprehensive data sub language rule. Next one is view updating rule. After that, high level insert, update and delete rule. Physical data independence, logical data independence, integrity independence, distribution independence, and last but not least, non-subversion rule. And in today's session, we already studied about DDL and DML. DDL having various commands like create table, alter table, drop table, truncate table, rename table, describe table. And in DML, data manipulation language having various commands like insert, then update, delete, select. These are the various commands used in the DML. Likewise, here we completed our 4th unit, and in the next session we are going to start our last unit, that is normalization. Thank you so much.